John Calvin on Psalm 102, verses 8 through 10. Mine enemies reproach me all the day, and they that are mad against me are sworn against me. For I have eaten ashes like bread, and mingled my drink with weeping, because of thine indignation and thy wrath, for thou hast lifted me up and cast me down. All day long my enemies taunt me. The faithful, to excite the compassion of God towards them, tell him that they are not only objects of mockery to their enemies, but also that they swore by them. The indignity complained of is that the ungodly so shamefully triumphed over God's chosen people, as even to borrow from their calamities a form of swearing and imprecation. When the ungodly give themselves loose reins in pouring forth against us contumelious language, let us learn to fortify ourselves with this armor, by which such kind of temptation, however sharp, may be overcome. The Holy Spirit, in dictating to the faithful this form of prayer, meant to testify that God is moving by such revilings to succor his people, even as we find it stated in Isaiah 37, verse 23, quote, "Who is it you have insulted and blasphemed? Against whom have you raised your voice and lifted your eyes in pride? Against the Holy One of Israel." Unquote. It is surely an inestimable comfort that the more insolent our enemies are against us, the more is God incited to gird himself to aid us, because of your great anger and your wrath. The prophet now declares that the greatness of his grief proceeded not only from outward troubles and calamities, but from a sense that these were a punishment inflicted upon him by God. And surely there is nothing which ought to wound our hearts more deeply than when we feel that God is angry with us. The meaning then amounts to this: O Lord, I do not confine my attention to those things which would engage the mind of worldly men, but I rather turn my thoughts to your wrath. For were it not that you are angry with us, we would have been still enjoying the inheritance given us by you, from which we have justly been expelled by your displeasure. When God then strikes us with his hand, we should not merely groan under the strokes inflicted upon us, as foolish men usually do, but should chiefly look to the cause, that we may be truly humbled. This is a lesson which it would be of great advantage to us to learn.